So creating exceptional real estate experiences for our agents, our customers, and our communities through the passionate delivery of truly remarkable service is our mission. But changing lives is what we do. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 15 of the Distinctive Properties Show, and today is a special episode. This marks our 10-year anniversary as Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties. 10 years ago, in the basement of a house in Warm Springs, Ketchum, Idaho, we started this business. There was two of us, and I had a whole lot less kids, a whole lot less gray hair, and here we are 10 years later with 150 or so agents and staff, and 6 offices, and just super blessed, super thankful, and yeah, it's just been an amazing journey, and with total humility, you know, the numbers are sort of staggering. More than 90% of all of the businesses in our beautiful country fail in their first 5 years. And I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about, well, what is it that we were able to do? Gosh, not only did we grow into some amazing markets and through an incredible downturn in our economy, but what was it? What is it that made us succeed? And so I sat down and just made a quick list, and I want to share that with you guys today because I think it's really relevant. If you were really trying to build a business and not just be a gunslinger, right? So in my world, there's gunslingers, which are, the individual agents that just go out and eat what they kill and just make, amazing amount of money. And then when they're done, right? And then there's those that say, gosh, you know what? I want to do things a little bit different. I'm going to build a team, and I'm going to have something to pass on. And it's just different. There's no right or wrong. It's just different. And obviously we chose the latter. So I'm going to read through this list with you. Number 1 on the list, hard work. Sure, absolutely. Of course, we worked hard, and we worked through some really tough circumstances. But what I realized through all that, and what I'm reminded by when I see my wife, because you all know my wife is very fit and she works very hard, and what she can get done in the gym in 1 hour is more than most people can get done in the gym in 3 or 4 hours. She's got very limited time. She's got 3 kids. She's rocking and rolling. How hard she works in the gym in comparison to most is absolutely amazing. And you realize what's hard work for one person may not necessarily be hard work for the other, right? A clear understanding of the basics, absolutely a must. The basics, they're different for most people, right? I mean, we always believed that the minimum standard was higher. And so we wanted to raise the bar, so to speak, and say, hey, listen, for every listing, these 50 things we're going to get done, as an example, and make sure that they get done consistently. And the next one on the list, right? Absolute relentless on execution. Yes. Those 50 things we were just talking about, making sure they got done. There was no clock. There was no pain threshold. You were there. You did it until it was done. Period. End of story. Resources socked away. I was reading the biography on Warren Buffett. It's called Snowball. If you haven't read it, it's a great book. Definitely worth the read. But there's a line in there. He talks about how he always believed in being fearful when everyone was greedy, and then being greedy when everyone was fearful. And it's really about being prepared for opportunity. And the question is, are you prepared? Have you put your resources away, whether that be money, whether that be talent, whether that be your team, what have you, right? Next on the list, hard of hearing. Yes. There are lots of opinions out there, lots and lots of judgment out there. Had I listened to what people were saying, I would have never done this. There was a funny moment somewhere in the last 10 years, and I hope my mom is not going to watch this, but there was a funny moment when my mom asked me, what are you doing? Like, I don't get it. And had I listened to that, had I not been hard of hearing, this would never have happened. Next on the list, thick skin. I love this. Listen, in today's world,
People want to see before they believe, right? And so much of this is about peer pressure and this thing they call social proofing, right? And what it means is, what will other people think of me? You know, we've got all the social media, and everything is so online, and everybody's in everybody's business. Like, what happens if I try something and I fail? Like, what are they going to say about me? You gotta have thick skin. The bottom line is, if you don't have the thick skin to allow you to try it, I guarantee you one thing: if you don't try it, you'll never make it. Right? It's a Yogi Berra, right? 99.99% of all putts left short don't go in. Think about that one for a minute. How about luck? Yeah, absolutely. Being at the right place at the right time, having the right mentors, like, absolutely. Louis Pasteur said, chance favors the mind most prepared. In other words, the harder you work, the luckier you will get. Next on the list, a commitment to a vision. It's your vision, though. See, that's the hard part. Your vision, it's yours. Like, you can't expect everyone to see the forest through the trees. So you have to own your vision. You have to commit to it, and you have to be relentless about it. You can't expect everybody to buy into what you're doing, and it's okay. They don't have to. It's yours, not theirs. This one is probably the most important. A great team. There is no doubt about this one. There's no question that the smartest thing I've ever done was married my wife Shannon. Then hired Teresa. Then brought on the agents that we brought on, the other staff that we brought on. I mean, we have a great team of agents and support staff, and they're nothing short of exceptional. And that's the reason we've been able to accomplish what we have. It certainly isn't me. It was, without question, the team, right? So, back to the gunslinger versus team builder. When you talk about building, right, the first thing you have to figure out is, well, am I going to be a gunslinger or am I going to be a team builder? And like I said earlier, there is no right or wrong. It just is. So, what are you? If you're a gunslinger, rock on. Leverage everything that you can get your hands on to make it easier, and go out and sell real estate. Just kick butt and take names. If you're a team builder, look into making sure that you've got exceptional people around you. But there are some things that bridge the gap, right? And let's do this, right? In order to focus on differentiation, because that seems to be the big part of the teams and the gunslingers when I see people have struggles. Everybody wants to focus on differentiating themselves. In order to do that, you have to have the basics mastered first, right? So too many people think all about differentiation and they skip the basics. If your foundation is strong, you'll have plenty of time to differentiate. So the saying, devil's in the details, like, the fact is, it's without question true. If you can have the details, these basics mastered, you're going to kill it. The other day I heard an interior designer, she was talking about a great product or design is all about the detail and the texture. And it made me think about our business and real estate. And, in my mind, details, that was the quality of the product, right? And in the texture, that was the differentiation. And so you really can't have one without the other and expect it to work. And so this is what I mean by that, right? So if you had all of your basics handled, but you chose not to differentiate yourself, you just kind of be vanilla, right? You just be a regular agent and really not doing anything exceptional. However, if you chose to skip the basics or the details and only focus on the texture or differentiation, you're going to fall flat, right? I mean, there's no foundation of your business. So when we talk about 10 years of growth and success, when you look at the fine points, what you see is a clear commitment to the mission of supporting the agents in all aspects of the detail, right? The basics, the part that we know we all have to do. And frankly, it's stuff that the agent doesn't necessarily have to do on their own, right? Frankly, just doing the basics on a consistent basis is different than most. I mean, remember, 90% of all businesses fail in their first 5 years, and 87% of agents don't make it in that same period. So, what's the point? Well, the point is, answer the question, right? Are you a gunslinger or are you a team builder? Are you clear on what it takes to win in both of those? Are you or your team executing to get there? Are your basics being handled? I don't care if they're being handled by you or if they're being handled by the company. Certainly, one of the value propositions for Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties and Coldwell Banker Commercial Prime Properties is that we are a company that is positioned, ready, willing, and able to handle your basics. And the last one is, are you relentless about it? I mean, is it the thing that drives you? If you answered yes to these questions, now you can focus on being different and focus on differentiation and rock and roll, knowing that all of your basics will always be handled regardless. Hey, happy anniversary to all the incredible agents and staff that have helped us make 10 years this week. Thank you so much. I so appreciate all of you. And here's to another 10 years of incredible success for all of us.